What up? Sam from Sword Style. So today I'm going to be talking about high status versus low status, and why being a low status person, especially being a man, is probably the worst thing in the world. So let me just paint a picture of what the difference between high status and low status might look like. Okay, so high status, Brad Pitt, George Clooney, Barack Obama. Low status, you could think of a homeless bum. Okay, so pinpointing differences between those two people is the main thing about people with status is when you're in their presence, you feel a drive to impress them, to pull them into your life. You sense that they have more interesting stuff going on in their lives than you do in yours, and you want a part of it. It's a very subconscious thing, and the truth is that we're all trying to scan for each other's value on a very small level, status actually, scanning for each other's status and value on a very micro level. So this has everything to do with getting gigs, with being a good player, with getting the gig, doing well for yourself financially, doing well for yourself within relationships, and everything. So basically what this means is you got to imagine what these people look like, okay? When you're walking through and you meet a high status person, do you think he's going to filter himself based upon your opinion? Do you think Brad Pitt gives a damn what anybody thinks about what he's saying? No, he just says whatever he has to say, and he does it loudly without apology. Also, he's very congruent with it, with the way he acts. He feels no need to impress anybody because he's had people kissing his butt for the longest. And the truth is that you need to be able to become high status. If you're a man, if you're a woman, if you're just trying to be successful, there's nothing in the world that's worse than being a low status person. Because when you're a low status person, all people do is they just, they'll overlook you. They're not interested in hearing what you have to say. If you're trying to put yourself out there, and look, when you're first starting, right now for me, we're climbing the ladder. We're trying to become a high status person, whatever. So with that said, it's not an easy climb, but as long as you keep climbing upwards, you're going to gain high status. People are just going to see you. They're going to automatically get the vibe from you that you're aspiring to be a higher status person, somebody important. You act like basically you don't care what anybody else thinks, and you have no problem asserting yourself. You have a lot of great stuff going on in your life. In terms of music, it means, being high status is like getting great gigs, being on TV, being recorded. People know who you are. It's like whatever, another day in the life of me killing it and kicking butt. And that's it, man. That's what being high status is. Getting gigs, doing well for yourself, asserting yourself, not giving a damn, and living your life, and having people gravitate to that because they know that you have status, and it's a higher status than they have. So with all that said, just work towards having a higher status, work towards having more gigs, work towards being on stage, work towards being recorded, and all that stuff, and credibility, and getting a reputation. See, this is like a paradox to what I said. It's like your past accomplishments mean nothing, and to some degree it's true, but in terms of status, it's not true, And you wouldn't be very congruent with thousands of people looking at you unless you've actually had thousands of people looking at you pretty frequently enough to desensitize you. So these little micro things make the difference between a high status person and a low status person. And people are really, really good at seeding us out when you're low status or high status. So, you know, with that said, if you're low status, you probably don't know you're low status, but if you're low status, the telltale signs are that you're not getting success. People more often are repelled from you other than being attracted into your life. And, you know, there's no like clear cut like, oh, he's low status, he's high status. It's all relative. So if there's a higher status person in the room, people are going to be more gravitated to him rather than a low status person. So again, it applies in music, it applies in life. With that said, you know, continue on your path and don't let anything discourage you, but keep this in mind and move forward, and don't let anything stop you from becoming the high status person you can be in time. Peace.